Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on Disgaea Hour of Darkness, which is the original title of this game, although I played the PS4 version, Disgaea 1 Complete. And this is the infamous tactical RPG from Nippon Ichi Software that has spawned numerous titles. They just recently released Disgaea 7. I think there's a sequel to this one in particular because it follows Laharl, Etna, and Flan again. And this one's been re-released a number of times over the years. Of course, initially on the PlayStation 2 in 2003, then on the PSP in 2006, the Nintendo DS in 2008, PC in 2016, the Nintendo Switch and PS4 in 2018, and just recently on iOS and Android devices in 2020. If you want to, level grind on your phone, I guess that's an option too. And man, I have a love-hate relationship with this game, and with the discourse I've seen online, that's it. You either love the game or you hate the game. Although I feel I'm in the middle because I love the characters and the story, but I hate the gameplay. And it seems that that's the opposite, where people, they sort of just tolerate the story and the characters and all that, and they love the gameplay because of the addictive min-maxing and level grinding and how overpowered you can get, because, yeah, you can get level 9,999, you can go into the item world and grind statisticians and arms masters and all these other innocents to get your stats, in the millions. And I like grinding as much as the next person, but the way grinding is handled in Disgaea is so convoluted, and you know what? That's the appeal of Disgaea. That's why people love it so much. That's why there's 7 Disgaea games in the mainline series, and of course the side stories and spin-offs, etc., etc. But, I don't know, I'm old school when it comes to grinding. I'll just go for hours back and forth in random encounters and do that for 2 hours. I don't want to go to the item world, subdue the specialist, then go here, then transfer the things. Oh my god, it was stressing me the hell out. And I tried to do a Let's Play of this game, which I made it an episode and a half before rage quitting. And then I said, screw it, I'm never going to play this game because I tried playing it on the PS2 years and years ago. That time I didn't know what the hell I was doing because I was just a kid. But then I picked this one up, I want to say in 2020 or 2021. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't do it. So I tried Let's Playing it, couldn't do it. And then I said, alright, I need a game to play for the next 2 weeks while I'm waiting for Star Ocean 2 Remake. And I powered through. I got my guides, I got my notes. Like, you literally have to get a notebook and take notes and figure out what the hell you're doing. But I did the main story, and someone like myself who's a completionist, I would like to do everything, but there's no way I can go to the Cave of Ordeals and fight all these super bosses and all this crazy shit. There's just no way. But I am happy I finally completed the main story because, the game's 20 years old, and I've been trying to play it for a long-ass time. And I finally beat the main story, and I love the main story. I love the cast of characters with Laharl and Etna and Flan and mid-boss Captain Gordon, Jennifer, Curtis, and who could forget Thursday, the whole cast there. Like, it's so good. The voice acting's great. You got Michelle Ruff, and, who voices Captain Gordon? But he does, like, the superhero, I'm Captain Gordon at your service. And it's great, man. There's a great message about the power of friendship and love and all this great stuff. But when it comes to the gameplay, which is the main reason to play video games, I did not enjoy myself. So, let's boot it up. I did beat it. I'll show you what I did. I guess kind of spoilers here. I got to level 99 with Laharl. And you can see I didn't really grind with Etna. I had the main as Laharl, and then Flan, and then everyone else, just whatever. just heal Laharl, and he can spam his powerful attacks. And it's pretty funny. If you get the good, I think it's only if you get the good ending, which is not killing any of your allies, you unlock Etna mode. And you know how in the beginning of the game here, when Etna wakes up Laharl? Well, with Etna mode, she kills him! And she's the main character, so that's pretty funny. But, yeah, like, other stuff that's just so convoluted is even the item shop, man. Like, to properly use the item shop, you gotta go over here to the Dark Assembly, and then you gotta go down here, and, oh, we need more expense. You gotta, like, do this shit, And then sometimes they'll say, nay, you gotta bribe them. It's just so fucking annoying. Like, go to the item shop and let me just buy good items. Like, it's just ridiculous. But, as far as just doing the main story, I sort of breezed right through it because I made a new file after my Let's Play and sort of skipped over the beginning cutscenes and then had a proper guide. And honestly, I was just playing the game for the cutscenes. Like, just power through and do that. And you see, like, just doing the bare minimum. I didn't kill any allies. That's like a glitch if you're max level, because, I mean, Laharo's not even level 100. And there's 13 super bosses in the game. I beat the Item General and the Item King. Item General is on 410, and the Item King is on 430. And then Ball is the big super boss. I think he's level 4,000. Fuck that. There's no way. But, yeah, I mean, basically I just used Lahara and Flan. And the other characters, I don't know, they're just kind of there as fodder to heal up. And honestly, like, Medeiros and Hogmiser suck. I was trying to do a proper run to utilize every character, but they're not good at all. Especially Hogmiser, he fucking sucks. Why bother using him? You're better with generic units. I think Gordon and Jennifer could be okay. I don't know about Thursday, because he can't lift anybody. Curtis is just a printy, so he sucks. So basically, you just want to do Lahara and Etna. And one of the strategies, which I might as well just show you here. One of the strategies is going into Jotunheim at terrible cold, right? And see how everything's invincible? Everything's invincible except for this one tile. So the strategy here is to combine all these demon bitches, the cat girl and the succubus, combine them all, and then you gotta walk over here, and by combining they're like level 200 or some shit. You combine them over here, then you attack them, and then you'll get like 10 levels, but then it gets useless because then you're over level. So then what you gotta do is you gotta leave, and you gotta go to the Dark Assembly, and you gotta stronger enemies. So you gotta make them stronger, and then they get too strong. It's just such a convoluted mess of min-maxing, and I understand people like Disgaea for that. But, like, the Atelier games, that's more effective min-maxing with, like, your items. You know, you can create the staff, and then you can go enhance it or whatever. This, there's just too many levels to it. Like, even with the other equipment here, I'm trying to think, like, what do I even have? Maybe in my warehouse, yeah. So, Arms Master. All these different innocents mean different things. Like, the Arms Master increases your affinity with a weapon. Like, for instance, Lahara uses a sword. I got him to level 20. And at each level, they learn new abilities. So, you know, does it show, like, the abilities? Yeah, right here. So you learn different abilities. There's just so much going on in this game. I just want to enjoy the story, and I'm glad I finally did enjoy the story, because I love the story. But to get there is just a pain in the ass. You're better off watching, like, if you want to experience the story, and you like the cheesy characters, and like the power of friendship, how Lahara, I'm a demon, I can't feel love, and Flawed, I'll show you the power of love, you know? Like, I love that. I thought it was great. So maybe you might not like it, but if you do like those kind of things, look up the cutscene movie. I think it's like 4 or 5 hours long. I probably would have had a better time watching that. Or I guess there's the Disgaea anime. You can check that out. But when you're playing a video game, I want to, like, enjoy myself, and there's just so much fucking shit. Like, even go to the weapon shop, right? We'll check this stuff, see some weapons here. Then we'll leave, and then you go back, and there's new weapons. Like, it's all fucking random. Like, why is everything RNG? It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. So, I don't know. So, let me show you some screenshots. Okay, so this is now the spoiler section of the review, because I'm going to be showing you some screenshots, as well as discussing the ending of the game and the various plot twists. So, if you care about spoilers, I guess click away now. Again, I really did enjoy the characters and the story of this game, but I did not like the convoluted gameplay. It's too much of a grind fest for me, and this is coming from someone who normally doesn't mind grinding. So, in between each episode, there are these funny narrations with Etna, almost like a Saturday morning cartoon, and really cute visuals of all the characters. Like the expression with Etna here, like look at her face, and Flan, the angel trainee, who fits right at home and is bonding with the Prinnies. Oh, I guess that's a trophy I got. Mid-Boss, who kept showing up, which I should also mention, the PS4 version, they got rid of the one song, I think it's Tsunami Bomb, and it goes, anime, it's anime. Or no, it sounds like anime inside of me, but they're really saying the enemy inside of me. But you know the song. If you played the original, PlayStation 2 version, you know what I'm talking about. So, Mid-Boss, who's voiced by Grant George, by the way, and they all keep calling him Mid-Boss, like, my name's not Mid-Boss, I'm the Dark Adonis. Stop calling me Mid-Boss. Say, Laharl, you're Mid-Boss to me. I don't care what you are. Don't call me Mid-Boss. You fight him, I think, 4 or 5 times throughout the game. And, like, the sprites, man, I like, this stuff, I was dying during this. He's holding a crutch. Like, the amount of detail, like, just put that work into the sprite is just really, really cool. And Laharl, no! What are you doing? Flan's trying to convert him to the good side. And, like, this is the funny shit that happens in between each episode where Etna's talking about baseball. At some point in the game, the Power Rangers show up, although I think they're called the Prism Rangers or some shit. And it's just crazy, man. Like, the expressions these characters make. Oh, here's another trophy I got. Love, I think that was the word that got them all pissed off there. This was hilarious. This is that same ice girl I showed you where you have the succubus and the cat girls. And Laharl is like girls with big titties. And they're like, no, excuse us for being flat. Ah! So this guy's Madaris, who originally was the one who had Etna try to kill Laharl, but it's like, oh no. And then he joins the party. I forget why the hell he even joined the party, but he joined the party. And there's the succubus. Here, little boy, come on over. Mid-Boss shut up again. Don't call me Mid-Boss. So, like Madaris looks so cool, but he sucks as a party member. Like, maybe he's good, but I couldn't really use him properly. So just the goofy stuff of Etna. Aww. So let's see what else we got here. The Prinnies. This was pretty cool too. There was a boss fight with all these demons that were like level 300 or some shit. And you lose, but then all the other demons from the Netherworld show up and save the day. There's the Prism Rangers. Mid-Boss showing up. Oh my god. Flan, the messenger of love. Flan is definitely my favorite character. At first I thought it was Etna, but no, it's Flan. Oh, what the fuck is even yeah, this is like the over-the-top humor in this game, the horse wiener. What the fuck? Oh. And Flan was like getting all mad because Laharl would be like, hey, you! Excuse me, Laharl, my name's Flan. Please call me by my name. Like, she's so sweet. Oh, and you get the reveal here. This is Big Sis Prinny. And it turns out that's actually Laharl's mother. And this was a really emotional scene. And he's like, oh, or sorry, she. I always assume the Prinnies are dudes, right? But Big Sis Prinny here is like, oh, you've met such a wonderful person, Laharl. Let Flan stay by your side. Really good music too. There was a song playing here, the Red Moon. Great song, great OS2 of Disgaea. So yeah, then we get Captain Gordon, and I love his voice. It's Captain Gordon here to save the day, a true hero, the defender of Earth. And his waifu Jennifer, who's pretty hot, and Thursday, who's basically like R2-D2, right? But always listen to a hot babe. That's the law. Oh, this is another grinding spot too. I think is it episode 9 or 10? There's a 3x3 square where you can just one-shot them, and you can grind there for a bit. Like, that's the thing. Like, I like grinding, man, but the grinding in this game is too much. Too much. Keep your sexy body away from me. Oh, my God. Yeah, this game is great. Well, the story is great. Well, I don't even know if it's great, but I enjoyed the story. For what it is, it's great. Flawn's fangirling out for Gordon there, saving the day. Which, honestly, I don't think any of these characters are that good to use in battle. I think Laharl, Etna, and Flawn are good. And then your generic units. You want to get the Majin, but the way you get the Majin, you have to get, like, 4 or 5 level 200 characters, like a warrior, a brawler, a mage. You gotta, like, you can look it up online, but there's 4 or 5 level 200 characters to unlock the Majin. But then he starts as level 1, and it's just, what the fuck? Say, well, Harley, he's... Want that... Isn't that a meme number? 1313? There's 1470. And then, Flan, I think, was 1500 years old or some shit. I don't know. Mid-boss! Yeah, he stole their picnic basket or something. And Flan loves justice. So, again, I just love Captain Gordon's voice. Captain Gordon, Defender of Earth, here to save the day! And they do their pose. And because they did, like, their tokusatsu pose, Flan is like, oh, guys, we gotta do a pose, too, come on! Guardian Flan! The Warrior of Love. And then, reluctantly, Etna and Laharl do it. Like, look at their faces there, how Flan has the big eyes and the mouth wide open, and the two of them are just, like, barely there, like, oh, yeah, okay, we're joining in. So, like, the crazy shit that happens in this game, we have space battles. The other Guardians of Earth show up and fight us. And they all joined, Laharl, became his vassals. Oh yeah, Don Joaquin, the original Defender of Earth. Like, this one was great, too. You have this fight against this dude, and then he's moved by Laharl, and how he fought, and he's like, okay. You can go on, so... He has no regrets. Yeah. I thought that was a touching scene. Farewell, young Defenders of Earth. Remember that's the spirit inside you. So yeah, the other guys from space show up. Curtis! And they fight Gordon. Which, Curtis eventually joins us as a Prinny because he dies. And there are cool visuals here. The space battleship Gargantua. Again, I guess look at Gordon. Like what kind of expression is he making there? He's like jumping up in the air or something. So slowly but surely, Laharl opens up his heart and understands what love is. I love this line too. No matter what lies ahead, Captain Gordon, Defender of Earth, will fight to the end. And they're in space fighting androids and shit. And then the other dude, the other guy from Earth, kidnaps Jennifer, and they're imagining they're gonna turn her into like a mech or some shit. So they sort of break the fourth wall a few times, and eventually they defeat Curtis. And then Curtis comes back as a Prinny. So I want to see... Yeah, they eventually take the fight to Celestia for the final battle. And Mid-Boss is here. That's another trophy. More trophy stuff. Yeah, and Flan has been excommunicated from Celestia because she's working with the demons. And that's one of the villains, Volcanus. Which, they pronounce it Volcanus instead of Volcanus. I don't know, I would have said Volcanus, but I think they want to say the word anus because the game is just trying to be edgy like that, you know? Oh, man. So everyone loves Flan and her power, friendship, and love. And then eventually, Curtis comes to save the day as a green Prinny. And this line was great right here. I've returned to atone for my sins, to help my precious friends. The power of friendship is increasing. I think we can do it. Look at her eyes, man. I love her. There's nothing to worry about. Friendship power beats anything. Yeah, and then they all join in, throwing up their fist. Like, I love this. So, they do, their attack. It doesn't really work, so they all team out with their power of friendship and their hearts. And the angels, demons, and humans all share the same feelings and unite to defeat the bad angels of Celestia. Which they do. And we defeat Volcanus. And then eventually the final boss is Master Lamington, the Seraph. And Flan says she was able to discover the love and kindness in their hearts, and that's why they're her friends now. So you have a final battle against Master Lamington here, which this kind of pissed me off because what happens is he turns Flan into a flower, and then she's not in the party for the rest of the battle, which all I used was Laharl and Flan because everyone else sucked and I didn't feel like level grinding anyone else, and all I had was Laharl. Which is kind of a pain. But eventually you defeat him, and Flan gives Laharl this pendant, which she lost her pendant earlier in the game, and she was saying if she didn't find the pendant, she would, die, basically, because she needed it to stay in the netherworld. And then when Laharl touches it, he's like, it burns, it burns! And then she gives it to him, and it doesn't burn his hand anymore, showing that he learned what love is. And now she can say goodbye without any worries. Like, this was such a wholesome moment. And they're like, no, Flan, don't go. Don't say goodbye. And she says goodbye. And Master Lamington turns her into a flower. And they're like, screw you. So then we defeat him. And that's why we can't use Flan in battle. And Laharl starts crying. That his good friend Flan had turned to a flower. We'll never see her again. He starts crying. And that's the other plot point I kind of glossed over. His mother was a human, right? And what happens is with his tear, Mid-Boss shows up again and says, you should thank your companions for teaching you the importance of love and friendship. And Flan comes back, now as a fallen angel, and you see she has cute little devil wings and a devil tail. And instead of a blue bow, she has a red bow. Aww. She's now a fallen angel. Very important person, not only to Celestia, but to the netherworld as well. Laharl, Flan, you are the knot that binds the two worlds together. Oh, so sweet. And then Laharl's like, who the fuck are you? Why did you keep showing up this whole game? I am the Dark Adonis. My presence here is merely coincidence. And as the game ends, you see the spirit of Laharl's mother show up again, basically confirming that Mid-Boss, the Dark Adonis, is King Kerchevskoy, and that was his wife. And he says goodbye. A sweet ending, man. And I enjoyed the credits in the final song, so through it all, I didn't like the gameplay whatsoever. Too much of a grind fest, but I really did like the story. It touched my heart. I liked it. I liked the power of friendship. And, Flan's definitely my favorite character, and I love seeing her come back with, the devil wings and devil tail. Let's see, is there a good, there, it's a good shot right there. So yeah, overall, I mean, do I recommend this game? Not really, because what I like the game for, I don't think a lot of people like it for. I think people like the min-max and grinding aspect of the game, but I prefer the characters and the story more, so maybe I recommend watching the cutscene movie or watching the anime. But if you like Grindfest, maybe give the game a shot, or maybe try the later Disgaea games, because this being the first Disgaea, and the fact that it has 7 mainline titles and a bunch of spin-offs, obviously it's popular and they're doing something right, but it's just not for me. And I am glad I finally knocked this off my bucket list of games to play, but I doubt I'll ever play the Disgaea series ever again. And that's really all I got. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Peace out.
Nighty night.